At exactly 10
8
a.m., as the beautiful sun peeks over the majestic Ozark Mountains, Old Man Radio lies peacefully asleep in his jammies. Cozy, warm, and as the good folks of Leadbelt put down that first cup of morning coffee, we dawn a new era in broadcast radio. Coming to you live from the flamethrower antenna atop the Flat River Chat Dump, this ain't your grandpappy's radio station. This dial stops for one morning show only. Brought to you live from Southeast Missouri in the Barn Studio, here are the boys
and girl
from the Barn Radio Show.
I ain't slept 7 days, heaven ain't free. Methamphetamine has got a damn hold of me. My tweaker friend.
And welcome to the Barn Radio Show, live from the Barn Studio. You got the Mox, Chuck, and Ben here.
Hey.
Tippy may or may not be joining us later. We'll see. Typical woman.
Don't know. It'll be our fault.
Fellas, apologize for last week when I was putting the schedule together. I forgot that I was going to be out of town and on vacation. So here we are today.
The luxury of just forgetting when you have vacations. Just
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So when it started, it was, hey guys, we're gonna do this 4 Wednesdays in a row. You know, can you guys be here? Are you guys committed to this? And then come second week,
Got to
hey guys, can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure that'll happen again at some point. So apologize for that. But here we are back in the barn. Had a lot of people reach out for the Barn Radio Show return a couple weeks ago, right? Had a lot of fun with that conversation, hoping to have some fun today. We are in the Barn Studio. We are fresh off vacation. And by we,
Who's we, white man?
I mean me.
I don't remember that.
Last couple weeks, anything cool going on? Did you guys do anything fun?
I mean, I
Not
did,
vacation?
I didn't do vacation. I went to visited Southwest Missouri.
You know how to party, buddy.
I know. Well, not like Southwest Missouri State.
Oh.
Missouri State, I guess. We went to right outside of Carthage. I forget the name. It's a small town. My daughter had a baby shower
Whoa.
What?
Grandpa.
weekend.
What are you going by? Paw, Grandpa, Papaw? What are you doing?
Ben. Benjamin?
Are you doing Paw, Ben?
Nah, I don't know.
You've thought about it.
Well,
Don't
sure.
act like you haven't thought about it.
So
Because Grandpa feels...
You don't want to seem old, so you want to have the Ben in there somewhere, don't you?
right. But here's the thing. I'm really already a grandpa. So
Oh.
yeah, my daughter already has one daughter.
Well, congratulations.
So
All right,
and she just
we knew
she
that.
just calls me. She's 5, I think. Is she 7? No, she's not 7. She's 6.
Oh, Dominique Rogers
We'll go
Kamari
in
over
there.
here has no idea what it is.
Sean Kemp Jr.
I did kind of forget how old she was. She says she's kind of shy.
Benjamin Leroy
She
Leffridge.
says, "Hey."
She addresses you by your God-given name.
So I went down there for that, and
Why won't you answer the question? You're skirting around the question.
what's that?
What do they call you?
Nothing. Like I said, hey. Like I said, she's real shy.
If she
So-
calls you on the phone, she goes, hey,
Well, she doesn't call me on the phone.
is hey there?
She doesn't call me on the phone.
Well, she lives in a different part of the state, so you probably don't see her.
I don't get to
as
see her.
much.
I don't get to see her, a couple times a year. We'll go down and visit, and they'll come up here. So yeah, we don't get to visit a whole lot, and so when I get the opportunity, we go. So she was having a baby shower, and we go down, and no, we had a nice visit. What's really cool also about the area, when you go into, like I said, you have to drive through Carthage, and that is where Officer Lane Burns from Bonne Terre, who was killed in the line of duty here several years ago, that's where he's from. And so they have, several signs up, roads dedicated to him. They have
wow.
boards. And so they did a real nice job, keeping his memory alive. And it was
Good.
It was really cool. That's really cool. But no, had a nice visit. That's really really what I did.
I know what you didn't do. Chuck, how about you? Last couple weeks, anything cool? Anything fun? Said you went to Kansas City?
Went to Kansas City with me and my girlfriend Tara. If I say Tara, that's my girl. That's so. We went to Tara's dad's house in Kansas City. Had a great time. It's the first time she's seen her dad for Father's Day in years, and had a great time.
Very cool.
Love that dude, man. He's a good dude.
Very cool.
He used to be best friends with Mike Cross.
Oh, really?
That's that crazy. Yeah.
Well, the Marlers and the Crosses were always tight.
Okay. Yeah.
It was like the Counts, Marlers, Crosses.
Yeah, we could talk about Mike Cross stories all day. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of those.
What'd you do?
Well, I went on vacation.
Of course.
Yeah.
And
What'd you see? Like otherwise?
last weekend, I went to the Riverport.
Yeah.
Yeah. First time in 6 years that Dave Matthews Band has been to St. Louis. I don't know if you know this. Last time he was there, he killed somebody.
Well, then Ben was obviously. Yeah, I heard that.
Ben was there.
Ben was obviously.
Where were you at, Ben? I didn't run into you. It was pretty packed.
I was right outside Carthage.
Not very good seats.
Well, you obviously had tickets, though, you had to get rid of. Because, he was first time he was there for 6 years, so he had to.
You were out of town, so you gave me your tickets.
Is that where you got them?
No.
Faker. First time in 6 years, and you were the one that told me this. Did you see? You saw the set list?
I did see the set list.
It's like one of incredible, right?
Some would call it a banger.
Banger.
A banger.
A real fan would have.
If somebody was there, yeah.
In the rock and roll world, you would call it a banger.
You can't watch it on TikTok and then claim that you were there.
So when he scheduled this show probably a year ago, you never had any intentions to go. You've never bought one ticket for it.
I did not buy one ticket. I'm going to tell you and listen. And this is no lie. I told you guys this.
Look in the camera and talk to Dave. Don't talk to us. He's
in
the one that's upset.
In the last 6 months, I have spent over $600 in tickets on events I didn't go to.
That's odd.
Okay.
Not a great choice.
Either illness or work related or, several storms.
Yeah.
Things I was like, I'm not driving in this just to go to this. Several things. And I just ate tickets. Cardinal games. I bought tickets like 4 rows off the field for a Wednesday afternoon game. And it was the day that tornado came through Potosi and ripped through Jefferson County. Now, they had the game, but had I left the game, that tornado went through Jefferson County at 4 o'clock. I'd have been driving right through it.
You Dorothy and that shit
right.
stuff.
And so I didn't go. I ate the tickets.
In fairness, the Cardinals have played here in the last 6 years. You could have went, any time.
Well, I know.
Dave has.
No, they'll be back the next day.
But that day, I had tickets for that day.
Mm-hmm.
And so.
You're playing it safe a little bit.
So from then on, I'm like, I'm a day of guy now. If I want to go, I'll get tickets day of.
Dave comes in town, you just kind of keep your options open. See what's popping that day.
No, I was going to.
First time in 6 years?
I was going to buy him that day. They were calling for storms that Saturday night. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to go up there and sit in a storm and watch it. Does that make me less of a fan?
Oh, my God.
I don't know. Or does that make me 46?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to bust on you a little bit, but also I'm sort of the same way. Here's why I'm not, and I have an issue with this. I want to talk about this. Digital tickets need to go. This is something that we think we're getting right, and we're actually getting wrong. Have you had to mess with digital tickets and downloading them and then going into your Google Wallet, or they're trying to transfer them to somebody else, and then there's a time? It's a mess. It's a nightmare with digital tickets. Then you get there, and then there's so many people there, your phone's not working right, the data or whatever it is, and then you can't even pull them up. Right. Have you guys experienced this at all? It's insane.
Yes. So I did pre-Father's Day with my daughter, and I went to see Shohei. The Cardinals playing Dodgers. Went to go see Shohei, and so I went on the MLB app to order tickets. Cool, I got the tickets, and then we get there, and it's like, so I'm like, okay, I can pull them up on the MLB app or my email or something. So I knew I got the email for it, and it's like, no, you have to have the other MLB app.
Yes.
To down, and then I had to go sit there in line and pray that I get this stuff worked out by the time I get to the front, and download the other app and sign into all this stuff, and then get the email to confirm. Dude, yeah, that was not good.
It's insane. Yeah. I had the same thing with the Cardinals, where we have really good seats, Me and my family, we're there, we're ready, and now we're actually running a little bit late, so we're trying to get into the game. Sir, can you step to the side because there's a line, and I'm trying to download this, and then with the Dave thing, I had to have Live Nation app and then connect it to Ticketmaster app, and I didn't know where my tickets were. I was checking this place, they weren't there. I was checking this place, they weren't there, and then I was trying to transfer something to somebody else. Absolute nightmare. I'm okay with going to Schnucks and waiting in line like we used to back in the day for concert tickets and just standing there and having physical tickets. And if you lost them, then hey, that's on you. But this digital ticket thing, we're not getting it right. It is not more convenient.
I think I'm old about everything. We used to make fun of our parents for being old, but you got to understand, like, our parents went from, these beater cars that weigh 1 million pounds to, VCRs to all the way to streaming and all, and we used to make fun of them for stuff. I'm the same way now. Nowadays, like, if I wanted to find this part for a vacuum, well, I'm supposed to go on every site around to Menards, to this, to that, to look it up, I was like, no, I'm going to a sew and vac store. I'm going to go and talk to the person. I'm going to ask them if they don't have it, where can I get it? Yeah, I'm tired of all this stuff.
This is a bunch of 40-year-olds talking right now.
Yeah, I don't know how to watch sports. I have no idea how to watch sports.
And it's only getting worse. I'm sure you've seen the graphic of like what you need for the NFL. Like,
no, I don't want to know.
All you got to have Max and Peacock and
for God's sake,
Prime and.
Like, the NBA Finals, I don't know how to watch it. No idea.
Oh, well, nobody's watching it anyway.
Well, I'd love to, man. It's a good one. But, yeah, it's unreal. I haven't known how to watch sports in years. It's ridiculous. I feel like such an old man so many times. I have to hand stuff off to my kids like my mom and dad did me. Like, just do this for me.
Yeah, we're old. But, man, there's some struggles. I'm with you, too, is like I'll skip all the – like if I have to go to Lowe's and find this one particular whatever, I'll just go to somebody like, help me.
Yeah, dude.
Just help me.
Yeah. Like, my Tara's son, his girlfriend, fiance, was needing something. She was in like Buckeyes or something. She was needing something. And she's like, well, okay, if I put this to this and this, and he's in the same truck as me, and I go – and he's like – because I know stuff like that. And he's like, do you think that'd work? And I go – I tell you what will work. Tell her to go find somebody. Tell her what she needs and have them do it and have them go get it. Well, I don't want to talk to anybody. Well, then you're probably going to get the wrong thing. I don't know what to tell you. Just go ask somebody. There's somebody that works there. That's their job.
Chuck, in our group message, you had a topic you wanted to talk about. And
I
it
do.
is things that you didn't know before that are now fascinating.
Well, yeah, no, it's something that you learned when you were older that you're like, how the hell did I not know this before? Like that later on somebody goes, well, if you do this, you're like, oh my God, how have I not been doing this my whole life? Anything ring a bell?
So I got something. It's a little bit boring, but I would say the stock market. Like when I was a kid, I thought those were just old like nerds, and I thought it was like something that you had to be in New York City to do or extremely rich to do. And later in life, as I started getting into my own business and thinking about my own business, I was like, hey, I'm pretty dumb to all this stuff. I'm pretty ignorant to even insurance and taxes and all that stuff. I got to learn it or my family's not going to eat.
Right.
So I started kind of getting into finance a little bit, and I just fascinated with the stock market now and how it, can sometimes relate to the economy and sometimes not. And that's a whole different subject for a whole different time.
Stock market, I've always had I've come up with the hypothesis, I guess, that it's really accessible. It's way more accessible now than it was like to your parents. So your parents didn't know it. That's a skill that they never passed on because they didn't have it.
Yeah.
It wasn't so accessible back then. So now that it's accessible, like hopefully we can all learn it and pass it down, but they wasn't passed down to us.
I think if you had asked me when I was a kid, how do you invest in the stock market? I was like, you have to drive to Wall Street.
Yeah, don't you have to be in that
put
one
your
thing,
money in like it's Churchill Downs or something. Yeah, go, number two.
Yeah.
I guess like the app, even Robinhood, and I know that's like a bad word now or something, or maybe not, I don't know. But it's more accessible now, and it's I guess easier to invest now, and some people say that's a good thing, and some people say that's a bad thing. But I think just in general, I'm more interested in it than I was as a kid, which you can understand why. You're an adult, you want to make some money and put some investments. together, but I think it's also really interesting. It's really just kind of like a game.
I am ignorant to it all still. I know the same amount about the stock market now as I did when I was 5. And
that's kind of how I was.
And that's how I am, and I feel bad because even at work, guys will talk about stock market, sometimes, or just in general conversation with other friends, it might come up, and I'm out of the conversation. Like I'm
I'm
silent.
out.
I'm like,
See ya.
There you go.
Well,
I'm that way when professional wrestling somebody
When you guys start talking about the Blues, I'll jump in. But right now,
tap it out.
but backseat, taking a backseat.
So we have a job to do. Ben's son's here. Ben's dropping the ball. We're going to have to teach him something about the stock market.
Yeah.
This kid for the rest of his
Yeah.
life.
Go all in on penny stocks.
He's not
Right.
Penny stocks that's where it's at.
Yeah,
betcha.
if I want to teach him how to take that, outside fastball to right field, I can do that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to anything has to do with stocks, I mean, it's almost like,
It's like is it like a different language for you?
yeah, pretty much.
In
Pretty much.
fairness,
And then even like if you're scrolling through the channels, and I don't know if people scroll through channels anymore, but and you get to the stock market channel, was that like MSNBC? Is that where they have
Love
like
it.
stock market all day?
Yeah.
Like when I see the bottom line and it's just scrolling all the different stuff, like I get anxiety and I'm like, I can't get off that channel fast enough. I'm like, I don't know what these numbers are.
Oh, dude,
he'd
it's
be
a
the-
sports ticker, man.
he'd be the guy checking it every 5 minutes. He'd put $50 so he'd be like, what is now? Oh my God, it's down 1. Oh, no.
And
Absolutely.
super safe bets, he's not going to risk much.
Right.
Stock market's perfect for you, for a guy like you. And I've done some risky things too, and hopefully the wife's not watching this. Maybe lost a little bit, but man, if you just play it safe, and if you know that money, you're not going to see that money for a while, and you're okay with that, dude, you're going to win. Like the best thing you can do, like if you look at stock market now, it might be down 3%, which is a lot. But just widen out, just zoom out of the stock market and look at it over 10, 50, 100 years, and that thing's going up. The American economy, I know it's chaos now, and a lot of uncertainty right now. American economy is not going
So what you're
anywhere.
saying is maybe like investing in stock market would be better than investing in scratch-offs?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It's going to pay off a little bit more. It's better than putting your money like in savings and stuff.
Yes.
Instead, the banks use your money to make money. You
sure.
give them your money and they make money off your money. You should be making money off your money. Put it in investment. If you want to play it safe, look around your house and see what you got, then invest in that. You got a Chevy in the garage, do that.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah, and that's actually a piece of advice that I had heard before that I live by. Think of all the products that you use.
you buy. And you know
And
what
like,
everybody else is buying them.
What's the company that owns like Doritos and all them?
Pepsi,
Pepsi.
yeah. Frito-Lay.
Frito-Lay, whoever it is.
Whatever, yeah.
So you just think of like snack food when you think of them, but they own so much stuff, like cleaning supplies and who am I trying to think of here? You know what I'm talking about. I think it might be Pepsi.
Pepsi owns Tropicana, Frito-Lay. Like they own all kinds of stuff that you wouldn't even think about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good, it's actually kind of how we use our savings account. I just don't even see the money. It automatically gets put in. I am invested in the S&P, which is like the best 500 stocks all combined into one. So it doesn't move this way very much, like drastically, and it doesn't move this way very much drastically. It basically just kind of follows the market. As long as the market's doing well, it's pretty much doing well because it's the best 500 companies. Well, I automatically, on my phone, it automatically takes out so much money and buys that amount of stock every single day. So I don't even I kind of forget about it, and then I go to check it, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of nice. Because my money's working for me. It's not me clocking in somewhere and doing that. It's my money is actually working for me. I don't know how we got here, but
I don't know, but I'm getting a headache.
so you're you're tapping out. And you want to talk about the Blues? Prospect camp coming soon. This at the end of this month.
Kinda.
Yeah.
So
I'm ready.
we were talking about things that you learn later in life where you're like, I can't believe I wasn't doing that. How did I not do that before? You got nothing?
You sent this to. I was making coffee this morning when you sent that in the group, and I was thinking, and then I kind of forgot about it. So I haven't really put too much thought into it, but I'm sure I can come up with something.
Old Ben's been perfect his whole life. He ain't changed nothing. It makes sense to me, actually.
You interrupted his coffee time.
I'm sorry.
In his defense, you sent it pretty late.
I did. Well, I just started thinking on the way here. So I found something fascinating. I can't believe that I've never done this. I get out of the shower one day and wiping the water out of my ass and stuff, and the old lady's in there. She's like, what are you doing? So we got to clean your ass when you're done. She goes, you don't squirt it out? I go, what? You take the shower head, put it on a jet stream, and squirt out your asshole. Does everybody do that? And you've never done that?
No.
It wasn't just me that wasn't doing that? It's fantastic.
Do you have one of those, like, is it retractable?
You
or
take
like,
it off?
Yeah.
Put it on jet stream.
So I don't have one of those. It stays.
Oh, you would have to get on your hands.
I'd have to be
Let's get
Simone
on your
Biles or
hands.
something.
Stand on your hands and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, I could see that.
But I've stayed in like hotels where they've had that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I have done that.
I've never done it.
Isn't that maybe what it's made for?
I get maybe. I didn't know what it was used for, but you ought to try this.
Huh.
I can't believe I've never done it before.
I do like to be
Changed
clean.
my life a little bit.
Huh.
I feel a lot cleaner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love being clean.
Yeah.
Ben, you haven't done that?
No.
Well, here's something that you
have.
just
I
learned in
have.
life later on.
I haven't.
Do you have one that takes off the thing?
No.
Shuts
I
down
don't.
your hands too?
I mean, it's hard to believe that this is like a life changer. Like, because I feel pretty good when I get out of the shower.
You haven't been down there.
I'm in my yeah.
It's a life changer for him.
It ain't.
Sure.
It ain't pretty down there, Ben.
Well, I'll take your word for
What
it.
is now?
I'm gonna take. I'll take your word for it.
I'll tell
It's,
you.
I'm 40. In the 40s, it takes. I mean, there's not a lot that can change your life. So
Yeah.
I did learn a lot when I was younger, but yeah, it was a game changer for me.
Have you ever stayed in a hotel where there's the double shower? The two showers?
No, I've seen it in
No.
movies and stuff though.
Oh, gosh. It's heavenly.
Really?
Yeah, I don't even know how, like, you're cleaning here, but there's just like a.
Chad stays in fancier hotels than I do.
I guess so.
They don't have those in the O'Connell Lodge.
No.
My wife won't let me stay in those places.
Yeah.
We call them smoking peas. We stayed in one time at the Sonesta. Oh, I shouldn't say it. Sorry, Sonesta. We stayed in one time, and it smelled like smoke and peas. So my daughters call them, and I'll stay anywhere. Like, I'll sleep on that couch. It doesn't bother me. I don't need all that fancy stuff.
Yeah.
But my daughters make fun of me. They say, "We're not staying in smoking peas, Dad." Like, if we go somewhere, we're not staying in smoking peas. My wife, she's got, when it comes to hotels, buddy, she's got to have top notch.
Can you sleep? Like, people in my life for a long time are fascinated that I could just, if I wanted to, I could put my head down right here and go to sleep if I wanted to. I could lay right there on the floor on that weight bench and just go to sleep in 5 minutes.
I could. Jet could. My whole family could.
Not except mom.
But like, Tara would sit there like and think until she's like, I was up till 3 o'clock. I'm like, what? I'm up down 5 minutes. I'm out. Done. I'm going to sleep. Turn over. Gone.
The old double shower. Try it out sometime.
Double shower. Do they advertise that when you book the room? They're like double showers.
No. Talk about a surprise.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
I was gonna say when we go to St. Louis, we kind of stay in the same hotel.
Which one?
It's the what is it? It's in Chesterfield, right off of 4064.
Ooh. The DoubleTree.
The Drury.
Drury.
There's a Drury right there, and
We like that hotel. It has like a tennis court with it.
no,
Okay.
no. Yeah, it's got the indoor-outdoor pool. You know, where you can
Oh,
stand,
yeah,
like on
yeah.
the divider.
Yeah, I like
and
Drury's a lot.
when you're outside, and plus you got the food. You know, they try to throw in a free dinner. Well,
Yeah.
it's not free because we
Yeah.
paid
Pay
for
the
it. I'm
extra.
pretty sure it's in the
Yeah, they have like a happy hour thing, right?
Yeah.
Like 4 to 6 or something, and
But, I mean,
nachos
it's,
and
yeah, it's usually nachos, maybe some pulled pork.
Yeah.
and then you got breakfast with it. So we're big Drury people.
Man, I like that Chesterfield area. The Top Golf there, main event, now the factory. Outlet malls,
Yeah.
yep. I like that area a lot. We go there quite a bit.
Yeah, we were up there last night, as a matter of fact, and that whole area from like Top Golf, and then you have that main event, and then you have what do they call that with all the restaurants? And I don't know. It has a name to it.
The district.
The district, yeah. The district. I mean, that parking lot was packed.
Really?
How's main event?
Packed.
Awesome.
We've been to it. It's pretty cool.
I like
mean,
it. I like it better than Dave and Buster's.
Really?
Yeah, my family likes it better than Dave and Buster's.
You're probably too old to enjoy it. But
Unless you like skee ball still, there's a lot of skee ball.
I do like skee ball.
I do too.
I love skee ball.
you know, they have the
Speaking my language.
What's your arcade go-to?
they have the overhead like ropes course, you know, where the
Yeah.
kids can go up
Zip
there.
line, yeah.
Yeah, Jet was
Arcade,
like that.
dude. My kids and stuff, I barely cared about the arcades and stuff. And they got in like the whole where you sit down with the gun and stuff. I'm like, God dang, dude, that looks fun. I climbed on in there, man. Shot me some dinosaurs too.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty fun. Or the racing, where you motorcycle stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Those are fun.
You ever seen they have a Mario Kart one? I think it might be a main event actually.
Oh, really? I don't remember.
Where it's Mario Kart. You're playing Mario Kart with your family. So we always enjoy
Deal or no
that.
deal for tickets.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
fun. I like that.
I like the claw machines, man. I go straight to the claw
claw
machines or the quarter machines.
Yeah.
That's my go-to. But skee ball, you can't beat skee ball, and then basketball
Oh yeah, basketball.
for sure.
That's a great one.
Can you can still enjoy an arcade, right?
Oh, dude.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
I wish I was Dave & Buster's right now, or main event apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like that area a lot. Shower. So double shower, you guys got to do it. Upgrade your hotel one of these times.
You still in your hair?
Yeah.
Tell my wife we need to upgrade.
Well, so I think here's why
Only
I
golden
think
shower, or only shower I've ever heard.
Whoa!
Freudian
Dad,
slip.
I messed up
Whoa.
the joke.
Whoa!
Damn it.
Oh, the-
Well, just say the only double shower I've ever heard of in a hotel is a shower and then a golden shower from the hooker. That's the only two showers I've heard of. I messed up the joke. I was forming it in my head and I messed it up.
I think it's better that way
Dang it.
that you messed it up.
I rehearsed that in my head 10 times before I said it.
Oh, so you talk about Super 8 and Bonterre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like the Nights Inn in Memphis or something. One of those.
I had a buddy who actually worked at a hotel like that.
Yeah.
The front desk, and this dude comes running up, and he's super. You can tell he's like angry. He's upset.
Yeah.
He's like, "What room is my wife in? I need to find out where my wife's at." And he said, "Buddy, there's a lot of wives up there."
Please be specific.
Yeah, you check into one of those and like, is there an hourly rate? It's like, you don't plan on staying long, do you? Yeah.
Oh,
Good old Smoking Pea. Check out the Smoking Peas. I'll stay there. I don't care. Like if I'm on the road solo with work or some of the barn stuff or whatever, I'll stay wherever. I don't care.
Do you name the bed bugs when you get back with them?
Yeah.
You give them names?
I always tell my girls about this. I actually talked about it the other day on our little trip. Is you might not remember this, or no, it was in Columbia. I was thinking it was a college thing. When I went to Columbia, there was a resale shop, and they named it Itchies and Scratchies, which
Oh, that's funny.
I don't know. I don't know if you think about clothes and buying used
Yeah,
clothes, if
yeah.
you want to do Itchies and Scratchies, but I remembered it.
Okay, I remember. Not remember, but there. I've seen hair salons or haircut where you do barbers. I don't get my hair cut. I don't know what they're called, but barbershops with the funniest names. There's one in House Springs called United States Hair Force. It's hilarious.
That's
There's one in
clever.
Farmington called Harrier 51.
Funny.
Yeah,
Clever.
there's some funny ones though.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever go? You guys don't have a lot of hair up there.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Thanks for noticing.
But do you ever go to the barber and get your stuff cleaned up here on your beards?
Nah.
No.
I just wing
Oh,
it.
dude, it's awesome.
I just wing it. Do it myself.
It's awesome. I love it. I mean, the older I get, the more I like being pampered. But they take that straight razor and they clean you up here, and I love it.
Good
I would do
Lord.
it every day if I could.
No. That's
No interest?
That's what people
I don't
with
even-
vacations coming up that don't
I don't even
remember
like
that-
trimming up
Dude.
at all. Like I'll just let it all grow. My hygiene's great, I think. Brush my teeth twice a day.
Don't spray your asshole out.
I do not do that. I shower regularly.
That's awesome.
But as far as my facial hair, I let it go because it's messy.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to trim a beard, it gets messy. And so I don't do it as often as my wife would like. She gets on to me quite a bit, a couple times a week, I would say. She says things like, "Are you going to go out like that? Are you?"
This length now, is that how she likes it?
No, because she doesn't like anything down here, like on my neck or like above the beard. Sometimes
Yeah.
it'll grow up above the cheeks.
Dude,
If it gets after I shave it after 2 days, she's kind of giving me the side eye, like, you gonna do something?
Dude,
with
in
that?
the sink, when you're in the sink right here, take your little trash can that you have in the bathroom, stick it in the sink angle wise, and shave. It goes right into the trash can.
I use
hold on. Help me with this, because I like what you're
The
saying,
little
because my
sink.
wife hates it. Because when
Yeah.
I shave, it just, I don't know, you can't control that stuff.
Where the faucet is and stuff, like say this is a faucet, you take the sink or you take the trash can like this, it'll be angled underneath the faucet right by you, and shave, and it goes right into the trash can.
Man hack for you right there.
Yeah.
Huh. Like a big trash can?
Well, I mean,
Right,
one
how-
that'll fit. Then you don't have. What do you have in your bathroom? You got a big trash can. You push the foot down thing and it pops up.
I mean,
How much shit you throwing away in the trash
because I'm
can?
thinking
In your bathroom.
like you've got the little trash cans,
that's what I'm
like
talking
you
about.
keep by your toilet or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That seems small.
Will you send us a picture?
I will.
Because it's hard for me to see what you're talking about, too.
1000%.
See what I do? I'll take a towel and I'll drape it across the sink and drape it across the
Oh,
what's it called?
Counter? Or?
Yeah, counter.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
whatever. So I'll drape it across there, and so all the hair falls onto it, and then I take it outside and brush it off. And
she still gets mad when there's hairs in the towel.
Do you catch them all that
Get
way?
all
Because it
those hairs.
seems, I don't know what it is about shaving,
no, I don't catch them all.
but it's like, I don't know how it gets so far away and so much. It just,
Oh, yeah.
it,
you gotta
it
try
drives
the
my
trash
wife
can, man.
crazy. So you got to show us this. You
Yep.
got to take a
Oh,
picture of this
I will.
trash can thing. Because you might have hacked it up there.
I got you, boys. I got you.
Hey, I do want to mention I was on the East of Elvins podcast this week with Travis Cook. I don't know if you guys got a chance
I
to
saw
watch
that.
it or not.
Yeah, I saw that.
Really had a good time over there. So he's out on Davis Crossing, and he has an awesome podcast, and really enjoyed our time out there. And one question that he asked me, so if you haven't seen that, go check it out, East of Elvins podcast. One question that he asked me is how I got into podcasting.
Yes.
And Chuck is very aware and very familiar with that story because Chuck was there. We launched a podcast back in the day called the Chris Sabo Power Hour, which, Ben, I think at one point you maybe were on.
I was in a couple episodes.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah, and that was a different time for you and
time.
probably us too, right?
different points in our lives for sure.
Yep.
I mean, we're talking. This was probably 2009, 2010.
I think so because I remember our first episode, we talked about the decision with LeBron, which I think that was that 2009 or
I think
10?
it was 9 or 10. Yeah, 9 or 10.
So yeah, it was a long time ago, and I talked about it on the podcast on the interview as I've always been a Tom Green fan, and he I think he invented podcasting in a lot of ways. He'd set up, especially something like this. He set up a
invented live
studio.
in many ways.
Yeah, he set up a studio in his house and would broadcast live, and I was always a fan of his. So that I think I was even just as somebody that's listening to podcasts, I was kind of maybe ahead of the game in that I because of him.
Yeah.
Because I was such a fan of him. So we launched one back in the day, and I want to announce too. I didn't get a chance to announce it on the East of Elvins podcast, but the barn is going to once again be in the Labor Day parade this year. Yay! Let's see. Nope, that ain't it. Nope. Nope. There it is.
He's a professional.
You got this
We're
podcasting down.
We're going to be in the parade, and we have some special things planned for that parade. But one of the things that's not going to be there, most likely, is Chuck Dice because he's banned from the Labor Day, picnic, I guess. The parade, does that include the parade?
Well, I don't know.
Was it Lifetime?
But technically, I've been banned for life like 5 times.
So it's like parole, and
Yeah.
or not parole. Like
I just keep going, and they don't notice, I guess.
And I did mention the story, and I briefly mentioned the story, but I wanted to bring it up today because that was my perspective on what happened and what I saw happen.
Yeah.
And what I meant, what I'm talking about is that you went streaking live on air on the Chris Sabo Power Hour through the Labor Day picnic.
Yeah. Yeah. There was, I was bored.
So Chuck, we're live on air in my backyard, which at the time we lived really close to the Deloge Park.
Like block and a half away or so in your backyard. And just needed some streaking, I guess. I don't know.
Now that, but it wasn't your first time.
No, not even second or third or 15th. But one time we was at Waffle House, and I was having a good time. I just played $20 in Happy Birthday at Waffle House. Was drunk. I just paid $20 on the jukebox and Happy Birthday. So, and I was singing top of my lungs, Happy Birthday. And then the waitresses that could go off, they go, thank God that song's over. And I go, wait a minute. Happy birthday to you. We do it again. $20 worth of Happy Birthday. I made them listen to every one of them. And then the Beastie Boys concert, and I don't know why I had a problem with the Beastie Boys back then. The Beastie Boys concert left out, and the whole place got packed. We'd already paid. And so I'm like, I told the boys, I go, take the car, leave it running, be out there, park right outside the front door. I go, what are you going to do? It's like, just park outside the front door. You'll see. So I went in the bathroom. I got totally stark naked. The whole place was packed. This was... Anything I do is like midnight, so there ain't no kids around. So as far as I know, if they are, that's their own parents' fault. But so I go in the bathroom, get stark naked, run in the middle, like just butt naked, man. And I ran outside. I pushed my butt against the glass. You got those big windows. And I was like boom, boom, boom.
Which is always nice when you're over your omelet.
Yeah. So we dove in the car and took off. And what's funny is. I went on a date with somebody like 2-3 months later, and we've been drinking all night and having a good time. They're like, man, let's go to Waffle House. I'm like, ooh. It's like, oh no. And they're like, and so we're sitting there, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, oh no, man, I know these are the people that were there. And I see them like talking to each other, and I'm like, all right, I got to tell you guys, I don't know these people. It was like a double. I go, I got to tell you guys something. Something might be about to happen. And I had to tell them that whole story. And I was like, they go, do they know you? Is this the same people? And I go, let's find out. And I just stood up and I go, well, I got to go to the bathroom now. And they go, no, you're not. No, you're not. And I go, I really do. I go, I'm just kidding. I go, I really do got to go to the bathroom. And they go, you're not going in the bathroom. And I go, hold on. I took my shoes off, and I gave it to them. I go, here, I'm coming back for my shoes. I go, I'm renting those shoes. I'm coming back for them. They go, okay. They let me use the bathroom. But yeah.
So we banned from Waffle House.
Yeah,
so then you went into, no, let's back up like 15 seconds.
Okay.
So you went into the bathroom of a Waffle House with no shoes on?
Ooh.
Yeah, you might want to check them feet. You might want to use that spray hose up here and down there.
Yeah, that might be where I got this. Yeah, I got some skin stuff going on down there. Maybe that's the problem.
Oh, yeah, I lost 2 toes back in the day. Maybe that was it.
So, yeah. And, of course, they cruising in Park Hills. It was a big, imagine a town square. One lane goes this way, one lane goes this way, and people, hey, baby, what's up? Like, they chat with each other.
We all know about cruising.
Okay, I didn't know who's listening to this thing. It might be, I don't know, Happy
Jet.
in Guam or something. I don't know. But anyway, so I streaked down the middle of cruising with a bunch of people, and I was supposed to go right in between the movie theater and the whatever next to the movie theater. Like there's a little
like alley.
path right there, and there's a buddy was supposed to be waiting back there, and instead of the buddy waiting back there, he's going to dive in the back of his truck. He's take off. Instead of him waiting back there, when I went through the thing, butt naked, I have nothing. I have no clothes with me at all. I ran through, my clothes are going to be in the back of his truck. I ran through there and looked, and then where he was supposed to be sitting was a cop.
Oh.
In the same spot. I'm like, oh, God. I was behind this. I just made a big chaos here, went down here. Everybody saw me.
That was your getaway plan.
Yeah, that was my getaway plan. And he's gone. The cop is right where he's supposed to be, and there's a car right here, so I'm ducked behind his car, balls hanging. I'm like, squatted down. I'm like, oh, good God. And so finally the cop took off. I thought he was waiting on me. He finally drove off, so I just took off running down the road. Nowhere to go. Everybody, they videotaped it, and they took the videotape to the dude's house, to somebody's house to watch it, and forgot me. I'm running around town naked. No, there's nowhere to go. Somebody finally picked me up and took me there. I kicked open the door, and I'm like, you son of a bitch. But,
this is like the plot of the movie Heat or something.
Yeah.
The getaway car is not there.
But yeah, Labor Day, I go running down there, and I go
Did
running.
somebody dare you? Did this is just you just
bored.
wanted to make people laugh?
Just want to make people laugh. I was bored.
Yeah.
Party-
You've always been that way. You
party
just
was-
want to make people laugh.
Yeah. Party was kind of dying down.
I'd also heard. Now the story goes that you actually went to the beer garden.
Well, I ran
had a
past the
beer.
beer garden, and then I noticed there's some fellers drinking some beer, and I kind of wanted another beer.
And they were laughing.
Yeah, they were laughing. I ran by, and I was like, woo! I ran by, and I was like, I just stopped, and I walked over, and I was like, how's it going, fellas? I sat down, I took a couple drinks of beer, and I was like, well, oh no, the cops. I seen the cops, and I go, well, see you later.
Gotta go.
I took off running. And
That was the thing is like, I mentioned this on the podcast, but I was following him doing play-by-play, like sports play-by-play. And now he's at the 10. Now he's running through the beer garden. He's sat down, folks. He's having a beer. Oh no, the cops are after him. But everybody was laughing. It was late at night. I mean, it was like wrapping up time, probably
yeah, it was like
11, 12 or
Yeah,
whatever.
it was late.
Everybody was just having a kick out of it.
Yeah.
Except the one guy the one guy with authority.
Yeah.
The one guy who had a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't
So
find it as funny. And we're like, dude, I remember even like somebody talking to me like, it's silly, you know, like the movie Old School was out a few years. So it was sort of like this kind of thing, you know, and I had been doing it for years, but
Yeah, I was OG.
there were no kids around. It was very harmless in a lot of ways.
You'd have loved it in the 70s. I mean, everybody was streaking in the
Fit
70s.
right in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the middle of, tennis matches and
Yeah.
baseball games, people streaking all the
And you're
time.
probably wondering, did I look like this? Yeah. It's not fun if you got streak fat. You
should have played
skinny,
dumb.
You're just
You're like,
showing off. That's not
What?
That's not fun.
I thought this was Woodstock.
Yeah, I thought this was America. No, but
I was wondering why you had clothes on.
Yeah, you're the weird one. So I go across the street to that little church behind, to that bar, not a church
The place,
place, but I'm
building.
I know. I mean, I see the cops chasing me. I'm like, in my head, I was like, it's gonna be funny if I get arrested naked. So, so I kind of waited for him to get there, and he get there, put me in the back of the car and all this stuff, and the dude, the whole way, I'm like, hey, the dude's being a real dick, and I'm like, I'm just kind of silent. I go, it's funny. He goes, it ain't funny to me, pal. I go, yes, it is. Yes, it is. I go, look, I understand you have to arrest me, but it's funny. We can laugh about this on the way. He goes, you'll see me laughing. I go, no, that's the problem.
Yeah.
You're fine. I go, you're
It's one of those guys that maybe got picked on in high school, and he's got the authority now.
Yeah, I'm like,
he's got the authority now.
You're gonna tell your buddies tomorrow this, and they're gonna go, oh, you arrested him? Why, dude? And you're gonna go, we had a good time with it, but you're gonna be lying. You're gonna be lying. You were a dick about it the whole way. And so we get to the police station, and cops they're behind the thing, kind of a little, and they're like, you want some clothes? I go, I'm good. They go, okay. So writing all stuff, and the one dude arrested me. He's over here writing stuff up, and so I just start putting on a stand-up routine for these cops, dude. They are loving me to death.
Yeah.
I'm just making them laugh and laugh and laugh. And this dude over here is in the corner, like writing the tickets, and I just went over to him real gentle, and I go, I told you it was funny. And I walk back over and just start making everybody laugh. And then,
So you're talking to these cops, no clothes on.
no clothes on. I'm fine.
It'd been funny. You're at the fingerprint station. You try to put something. Here, get a print of this.
That's a hell of a thumb you got there, pal. But and I'm talking to having a blast, and then he gets done writing the tickets, and I walk over to he goes, here's your tickets, you need to sign them or whatever. And I walked over and I picked up the first, and I said, public intoxication, guilty. I picked up the second one. It's like public whatever, indecency or whatever, whatever the heck.
Decent exposure, or is that?
I go, guilty. And then I picked up the third one, and it said resisting arrest. And I go, resisting arrest? Who was I resisting arrest from? He goes, you ran from us. I go, I was running. Naked. I go,
You caught me in the act of running.
yeah, like
I was already running.
I was running. I go, if you walk naked, that's insane. I go, that means I'm crazy.
Yeah.
I go, of course I was running. And
Yeah, because when you realized there was cops there, you stopped.
yeah,
Because you thought they'd be like, put your clothes on, get
Yeah.
back to the party, whatever.
I don't think they'd have said that.
You did. I thought they
if I was a
would.
cop.
Yeah,
I really thought they would, especially with how late it was and stuff. But
I think it was like a thing you had to be there because, like I said, everybody was laughing about it, and people
Yeah.
were like, "Oh, look!" Like it was not a thing that was like harmful to anybody.
it was fun. And then, I go. That's when I got kind of ignorant. Now, mind you, I'm fat and naked, but I was like,
Don't be so hard on yourself.
I was like,
Well, yeah, if you have a six pack and like a bit,
just showing off, man.
yeah,
That's not
that's not
wanting people to see
That's
it.
not funny. That's like Put it on, guy. Like, I'd arrest that guy. Like,
Yeah.
we get it.
Yeah, dude.
Put it on.
Yeah. So
Show off.
I picked up the resisting arrest. I'm like, what is this? He's like, you're running. I go, I was not resisting. I go, that's ridiculous, man. And that, like, I was kind of getting like pissed then.
Yeah.
I was like, no. I go, I was not resisting arrest. I was like, I stopped for you guys. I could have outran you. I could have ran to your house and been fine.
Yeah.
I go, and they were like, okay, you got to go in the jail, or you got to go in the cell now. They go, you sure you don't want clothes? I go, I don't want no damn clothes. I go, put me in the cell. They open the
Which
cell.
is a gutsy move, because
Yeah.
we've all heard about jail.
Well, I didn't realize it was like a drunk tank. There was like 15 dudes in there. They open up the cell and everybody's sleeping. They all pop their heads up, and I'm like, oh no. I just walked in. I go, not a word, boys, not a word. And I sat on the toilet naked until my bail bondsman, Mike Cross, got called.
Yeah, there you go.
And then I was informed that my clothes had been thrown in the fire after I left, so he had to go to my house and get more clothes. But yeah, it was pretty funny. On the way home, though, Mike was like, he was like my father, and he bails me out. And on the way home, he's like, I can't believe you did something this stupid. I mean, it was Mike, so he was cussing a lot, and I'm just like in the back, just taking it, like, yes, sir, I know I'm stupid and all that stuff. And I kind of look up, and me and his wife, we lock eyes, and she starts smiling. I go, you know it's funny. And he goes, ha ha. He goes, oh, you're a crazy son of a. But yeah, he had to be Mr. Dad at first, though. Yeah, my clothes were thrown in the fire.
Somebody said they needed burning. I don't know.
Needed burning. Whatever. So yeah.
Good times, different times, different era.
Oh yeah, I'd have been arrested. And I don't know what would have happened now.
Yeah, if you did that now, like Country Days or
My
something.
name would have been on a list because there's school by.
Yeah. Ooh,
Yeah.
Gosh. Dodged a bullet there.
Yeah.
It's the Barn Radio Show live from the Barn Studio. Got the Barn OGs in the
Hey,
house
OGs,
today.
baby.
Just the
This is a
three of
show.
us. Yeah, absolutely.
Show. Where's Ronnie Millsap stuff?
No,
still alive?
Statler Beller. Oh, who's alive?
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, I used to always reference Ronnie Millsap. He's so underrated.
Yeah, I love Ronnie Millsap. Is he? I think he's dead, right?
That's what you
can't
always
remember.
I've thought that since 1997.
Yeah, I thought he had died a long time ago. Or was he still alive?
He was still alive when we were doing the show.
That's what it was.
For the people tuning in that aren't aware, one of our bits back in the day is he alive?
Right.
Which because I think it maybe started with the Statler brothers, and we found out there was no Statler in the Statler
Yeah, that's-
brothers.
yeah.
No even brothers.
Yeah.
They got
Something
off a
crazy.
carpet. Yeah, they got like their hometown carpet dealers were the Statler brothers. They were like, that's a cool name.
Yeah. Yeah. None of them.
No, it's not.
They weren't
It's not your
Statlers
name.
and they weren't brothers.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Talk about our surprise.
Ronnie
We found that
Millsap.
out live on air.
Yeah. Ronnie Millsap,
Dead.
alive and kicking.
What?
82 years old.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Because you guys had him dead last time.
And this time.
And then,
Yeah.
and then this time. You thought he had died within the last couple years, huh?
You go blind, you live forever, baby.
you thought alive?
Stevie Wonder still alive?
Stevie
because
Wonder's alive. Stevie Wonder's alive.
Stevie Wonder is alive, isn't he? He's alive.
Stevie Wonder alive.
Alive, yeah.
Okay.
I have speaking of Stevie Wonder and people that can't see, I've told the story about me waving at Ray Charles, right?
Oh boy. Not alive, by the way.
Not alive.
Not alive.
Not alive.
You
Good.
waved at Ray Charles?
Yeah, you remember the old VP fair
Hop
back
in front
in
of
the
Stephen
day.
Hawking?
Yeah.
This is
You
some-
dance in front of Stephen Hawking?
This is some old school St. Louis stuff, but the VP fair was the big fireworks show, and they would have music act, and they call it something else now. Celebrate.
Fair St. Louis, maybe.
Okay,
or
yeah.
Something.
Well, back in the day, it was VP. What was the VP for?
Veiled Prophets, I think.
What's that? Business?
What I've heard, I haven't done.
Hell do you know that?
Yeah, that's good pull.
Thanks. From what I've heard, I don't think it was real nice. Like, I don't know. I don't want to.
Veiled Prophets.
I don't want to say anything because I'm not 100% sure.
Is he right?
Yes.
Live or dead? Veiled Prophets.
Well, I think it was a group. It wasn't like a music group, but it was I don't know.
An organization or
Yes,
something?
yeah.
Something? Okay.
Yeah.
The Veiled Prophet was a mythical figure who presided over a yearly ceremony in St. Louis and included a parade and ball. A mythical figure.
But
The
I-
veiled prophet.
But I thought there was like some weird stuff going on. I mean,
All male anonymous society called the Veiled Prophet Organization.
yeah, there were. It
This
was
is
all
like
male.
the what's that president group? They made a movie about it. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
Black.
Oh God, yeah, the one that's out in the forest, out in the woods.
Yeah, a bunch of presidents were
They
members
burn like
of
an
it.
owl.
The Klan.
No,
No.
Well, that too.
Well, maybe.
maybe
Yeah.
back in the day.
But I think that's what they were kind of compared to.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
So we had to change the name on that, and it took that long to change the name.
Yeah.
Wow. We got a lot of things wrong back in the day.
Yeah.
Bohemian Grove is where they were the president thing.
Yeah, but it was called like Skull and Bones or
Oh,
something.
Skull and Bones. Oh, I was talking about two totally different things. Yeah, Skull and Bones, and then there was also Bohemian Grove where they all go and meet once a year and burn an owl in effigy and
A
do
live one?
seances, all kinds of crazy stuff, like all these rich people.
Jeez.
Allegedly.
Man, when you got money, you find ways to spend it. That
Yeah, I know, right?
is Weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was at, let's call it Fair St. Louis, because I'm not sure what this VP thing is now. I thought it was, I don't know what I thought it was. Just always called it that. Yeah, so they have the music act, right? And we're walking up and
Usually somebody big. There's usually
Yeah.
like one big name.
yeah, I've been several times and really always enjoy it. They do a really good job. I haven't been in a while.
This is
but-
the one in St. Louis. I was thinking the state fair. Never mind.
Yeah. So walking up to whatever, get something to eat or whatever, and this golf cart comes flying by, and our good friend Tuan was there with us, and he laughs at this story still to this day. And I see that it was Ray Charles. I go, holy cow, there's Ray Charles. And I start waving at him. Yeah.
Dude,
He
if
didn't.
He can't see.
if he'd have waved back, his life would have been oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Whoa.
Busted.
I got super excited. And I wasn't thinking it through that he couldn't see that. So
Yeah.
That's all. I'm.
one of my claims to fame is I waved at Ray Charles.
Ouch.
You guys ever do that, like two lies and one truth or something? You come up with three things that
Oh,
two truths, one lie. Yeah, I always use that one. It's like
Yeah.
I ran a marathon, I waved at Ray Charles, and they pick it out instantly. They're like, you didn't run a marathon.
Right. Yeah.
I did almost run a half marathon one time though. I
almost.
think Chuck, you might have did it too. We ran the whole St. Joe Loop, which is like 11.5 maybe,
Yeah.
Yeah.
something like that. You've run several marathons.
I've ran 7 half marathons and 2 full marathons.
You ever think about doing the ultra marathon stuff?
No.
No. Yeah, that's right.
No, that's too much, and full marathon is too much.
It's
now.
miserable.
It's the training can be miserable. That's the worst part about it is the training. Because at one point you have different cycles in your training period. I trained for like 5 months, and like 1 week I ran like 52 miles in 1 week, which is probably too much.
Quite a bit.
Then my wife didn't like it, 'cause she's in the medical field, and she's like, hey, you're not, you probably need to back off. Half marathons are cool, but these full marathons are taking a toll on you. And it was.
It's bad for
It
you.
was.
Like running that much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not great. It's not great.
How's your nipples during a full marathon?
Tape them.
Tape them.
You tape them.
Do you wish you would have started running earlier, like in your 20s?
Absolutely. I wish I'd have ran in high school because I really enjoyed it. I kind of got burned out because I started late in life. I didn't run a mile until I was like 32 and hadn't ran a mile since high school.
Oh boy.
So, I went like 15 years and didn't even run a mile straight.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this is kind of cool. It's how you feel afterwards.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks during the process, but how you feel afterwards is great. But yeah, I wish I'd have ran the whole time because I really liked it. But I started so late in life. Like I ran that marathon and I was almost, so I was 2000. It was a month before I turned 40 in 2019, and I think I got late in the game.
What made you think? Because you pretty much did it. You quit drinking. You didn't have.
Yep.
You wanted to do something, I guess,
Yep.
with your life.
Yep.
What made you go running? Like of all things. Since you never ran before that.
I'd say my boss at work, I'd gained a lot of weight. I quit drinking, and I gained like 30 pounds in just a few months. And I was getting big.
Ben promotes beer to lose weight. By the way.
Well, not to gain weight. No, you don't drink beer and lose it. That's for sure. But I gained even. It's like when people quit smoking. You know, people who quit smoking, they tend to gain weight. And the same thing with drinking. And so I had to do something. And
is that more like a lifestyle change because you change your lifestyle and you don't know what you want to do yet? Like say you quit smoking. Is it because you quit smoking? Is it because you quit drinking? Or is it because you just changed your lifestyle? You don't know what to do yet. So you're just eating. I wonder.
Well, sometimes it's a transfer. You talk about addiction transfers. I'm not saying that that's the case, but some people are addicted to working out or to running, right? Where you get just fixated on something else. Is that?
Yeah, because I would feel, it got to the point where I would feel bad, because you got to take days off when you run. You cannot run 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year. You can't do it. That's not healthy. You got to take days off. But on my days off, I would feel so guilty, and I'd feel so bad. I was like, I should be out there running. I'm gonna lose some time, because a lot of it. Now I'm working with my times. Like, hey, I ran a mile. My fastest mile this week was 7:05. I'd really like to get it under 7 or something like that. So yeah, you kind of time start to play with you, and so then your time off, you're like, I can't be taking a day off. I gotta get out there. I gotta beat the pavement. But
At some point it balanced out though, for you, right? Where it wasn't so intense and you could just maybe enjoy the runs.
I don't know. I went from like 2014 to 19. That 5-year stretch, I was pretty hardcore.
Really?
I don't think I ever took a week off of running.
You turn your hobby into your job in a sense?
Yeah, definitely, because training for a race, especially a marathon, it's like a second job.
Yeah.
Because especially like in most races you'll find are in the fall or in the spring. You're not going to find, you might have a 5K out here, benefit 5K in the summer, but you're not going to find too many marathons or half marathons in the Midwest in June, July, August. You're just not going to do it because it's too hot. And so then in lies your training. If you want to train for a race in the fall, you're going to run in the summer. Well, you got to get up at 5 in the morning and run. And so you're running 10 miles before you go to work. And that can begin to suck.
Yeah, I would imagine.
And so I kind of burned myself out, and now I really don't run that much. I'm involved with the torch run, the law enforcement torch run that they put on 67. We just had it here in the middle of May.
So I got a question about that, Ben.
Yeah, buddy.
They talk about a runner's high.
Yeah.
Where it's like this dopamine rush that sparks this feeling in you. And in some of the longer runs when I'm way out of shape now, way out of shape. But when I was in better shape, I would run and I would enjoy it. And a lot of people would be confused by that. But I think it is some of that where like you feel like you've accomplished something, especially if you have like a certain goal you want to hit, whether it's a time or a mileage or whatever. But you'd be exhausted, but you would also have this sort of surge of energy. And a marathon's way different than that. I mean, they talk about hitting the wall, which I'm sure you experienced at some point. So can you talk about that, like how good it made you feel? Yeah,
and it makes you feel, like you said, it's kind of crazy because like in your mind, you should be tired. You know that running and having your heart rate up that fast for that long a period of time, you should be tired. You're thinking that in your mind. But especially when you're going for a goal, like a time goal, like, okay, I want to run 3 miles in 23 minutes. And then, especially when you're looking down, you're like, oh, I've got this. And then when you're getting it, you're 2.5 miles in and like it's almost like you don't feel anything. You don't feel any pain. Your legs aren't tired. Your lungs aren't hurting. And you're in the zone. You're in the zone.
Yeah.
You're in the zone. You got Dave in your earbuds.
I don't.
And
but yeah.
I do. Because when you run a 5K with Dave, it's only like 2 songs.
Exactly.
And so you really I've
told that story before.
It's pretty cool. but yeah, and there's also times when you get out there and you're dreading it, and you're like, man, I do not want to do this today, but you're like, I have to. You got to do it, and so like that first half mile drags, and then your body's like, hey, we're running today, and then you kind of like, oh yeah, and then you're cool, and then it's like, it's weird. Now that I've kind of been out of the running game, I don't know if it's a game or what, but I'm out of the running game. It'd be hard for me to just get up and run a few miles. I'd have to ease myself back into it because I started walking. I'd walk like a mile a day, and I did that for, a month or two, and then I would jog, and then got into running. And because I ran my first 5K was here in Farmington, was the Walker Johns 5K, and this was like 2013 or so. And I thought, I want to break like 30 minutes, I think was my goal. And I ran it in like 27 minutes. And I was like, man, I left a lot out there. I didn't even do my best.
That's a good feeling.
Yeah, it was a great feeling. And so then that's what really got me hooked. I was like, so how fast can I run a 5K? Yeah. And so then it was from 5K, it was like, okay, I can run 3 miles. That's gravy. Let's do a half marathon.
Yeah, no.
Then set goals for half marathons and kept breaking them. Then I was like, well, I'm going to do a full marathon. And
how'd you get to the full marathon?
How'd I get to it?
Like what did you train?
He doubled it.
That?
Oh yeah, it's one day you can get online to have all sorts of different training things, and I just pulled one up that looked feasible for me.
Yeah.
It's you run 5 days one day, run 7 days the next, maybe take a day off, maybe run 6 miles, and then maybe run 12. You always have one long day.
Yeah.
Okay. And your long day is always going to be on race day.
Right.
So races are usually on a Saturday or Sunday, and so your long day would always be on race day. And I just followed this program all the way up, and it was a bear. I ran my first full marathon in like 4 hours 21 minutes. So then I set a goal to break 4 hours, and then I did that. And I ran it in 3 hours 58 minutes, and I was done because I thought
that's fast. I
could not have done any better. My goal was always to qualify for the Boston Marathon.
Which is what?
I always thought, well, it goes by age, male, female,
brackets
and brackets. Yeah, there's a whole thing. So I would have to run a full marathon in 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Holy crap.
And there is no way I can do that.
Yeah.
I knew just no way possible, physically possible, I can run a marathon that much. And so that kind of took the wind out of my sails. And I'm like, well, I can't reach that goal.
That's insane. Basically to shave almost an hour off of your starting time.
And like I said, and I thought I was booking. I thought, because it's like, if you average it out, I forget what it is. It's like pretty much a 9-minute mile.
Yeah.
For 26.2 miles. I thought I was doing pretty good. And what aggravates me more than anything, I say more than anything, a lot of things aggravate me, but with running, and they televise the Boston Marathon, every year.
Yeah.
And I'll look at it and I'll see people like Kevin Hart or like all these celebrities. Yeah. And I'm like, you didn't qualify for this.
Do you think they actually finish it? Those celebrities, they ever show them finishing it?
They say they do. Like, I've looked some of the time, someone like 5 hours, 5.5 hours. And I'm like, you sons of bitches. Oh, it used to make me so mad.
Well, that's like when they give honorary doctorate degrees to like Oprah or something.
Yeah.
Right? I think.
Yeah.
I came into the conversation.
Or like over.
Like they made the Kentucky Fried Chicken do the Colonel, a real Colonel.
Yeah. Oh, did you see where I think, isn't David Beckham going to get knighted?
Oh, Jesus.
I think I saw where he's going to get knighted. So that'd be kind of cool to get knighted.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sir.
Yeah. You would address me as such. Sir Knight. Sir
Chad.
Yeah.
Well, the chicks he's pulled, he probably deserves some kind of...
Yeah. I wouldn't like... Don't you touch him on the sword on the shoulders or something? I'd like,
touch him on each nut, on each ball? Left
you
nut,
sir,
right nut, sir.
or a knight. These have been special places.
Yeah. Oh.
What's your? I might have missed this. I had to go out and
cool.
throw a whiz. What's your favorite race that you've participated in?
I mean, I'm really partial to the Go St. Louis. The Go St. Louis, they do the half marathon. It's the big St. Louis.
Yeah. Forest Park.
And they kind of change it every year. Because they have to shut down roads and shut down. I mean, it's
26
They shut down
miles.
They shut down downtown. Now it's really cool, and they kind of do a different route every year, so it's not the same. Now, one time, I ran. It was my best half marathon time. Ran in like 1:47 or something, an hour 47, 13 miles. I was pretty proud of that one. But we started underneath the arch and ran across the Eads Bridge over into. They shut down the bridges over into Illinois, so we ran across over to Illinois, made a left, and then came back on Martin Luther King, the two bridges that are pretty close together.
It shut down both of them?
Both of them.
Ooh. If I'm living in the city, working in the city, I'm going to have a problem with
mind
that.
You, this was a Sunday, I think, Saturday or
okay.
Sunday.
Okay.
So they always have them on weekends.
Yeah.
So traffic isn't that bad. But yeah, they shut down the bridges and had us run. Now, they only have to shut it down for a couple hours.
Not if I'm in it. If I'm in it, those bridges are.
But it is. So that was probably my favorite thing to do, was run across the Mississippi, cut across, then run back.
Do they
across.
like in those races, the big ones like that? You said it's the biggest one in St. Louis.
Yeah,
is that where like all the professional
Yes.
marathoners from everywhere come there, Kenyans and all that stuff?
Yes.
You get out of their way, right?
Yeah. Well,
they start them early.
They start
I'm
first.
sure, yeah.
They start first. Because you go in waves.
Is it waves of like classes, like the professionals?
Well, yes.
Okay.
So do you have like a golf handicap kind of thing?
Kinda, and you have to be pretty honest. When you sign up,
I'd love to see somebody like me up in the front with the
All right,
Kenyans.
All right, boys, we about ready to go?
Start stretching. Lean on one of those Kenyans, stretch your quads out,
Yeah.
knock them over.
Yeah.
see how when you sign up, that says where like your expected finish or expected finish time or something like that, and so you just click, and then they'll assign you like a bay or something that it's called, and so then
Do they vet these? Do you know? Because I feel like this is a bit in the making. Chuck show up with these Kenyans.
I mean, I don't think
They're all extra small, like what do they call, like jerseys or whatever, and Chuck's like hanging out the bottom.
well, because I think it may start with wheelchairs, like the handicap,
Oh, you should do that too.
and then
Talk about stealing valor.
and then it goes to the professionals, and then you're.
You see me trash talking all the Kenyans, and you might as well stay.
You got the Larry Bird. Who's coming in second?
Yeah, you might as well stay home and let them flies fly on your eyeballs, buddy, because you ain't getting up here.
I love those. I tell my girls all the time, they'll have like the mile at school or whatever. And I'm guilty of this. And I think that's why I can give this advice. Especially all those little kids, they're doing the mile and they just come out gassing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like,
So it'd be hilarious if you're up there with those Kenyans and you're sprinting for about a block.
yeah. It'd be great on TV because they'll show it.
Yeah,
like, who the
oh
hell
my
is this guy?
2 minutes later, you're like passed out.
Yeah.
He's at the water station.
Yeah.
Chugging water.
Yeah, it's like, there's not even a water. You didn't even make it to the water station.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, but I tell my girls all the time, I said, especially, young boys, they're going to come out charging. Just pace yourself.
Pace yourself.
You're going to catch
Slow
up
and
to
steady.
them.
You ever heard about the 1904 St. Louis Marathon of the World's Fair, the Olympics in St. Louis? It's like one of the craziest things ever. The whole story is insane.
No, tell us.
Oh, God. Like, have you ever heard of it?
I think I have, but I forget.
Like, people showed up, like, this one dude's from Barbados or something, raised all this money, and people donated to get it, and he goes to New Orleans, loses it all gambling, has to hitchhike his way here, barely gets here, he's in, like, jeans and stuff, and, like, another dude, there, the doctors unbeknownst to him, trying to find out Oh, the whole race. There was a doctor, a scientist, whatever, trying to do an experiment to see how far they could push the human body without actually giving them water. So they wouldn't give them water. They only had like one water stop on the whole marathon.
Jeez, not a good plan.
Yeah, one dude caught a ride with somebody and finished, and he's like, yeah, and they're about to, like Roosevelt, like the daughter Roosevelt, was about to put a gold medal on his head, and they're like, whoa, I saw that dude in a car a second ago. Like, oh, I was about to tell you guys, I was just kidding. Like, and the dude that won almost died. Like, he was barely crossing the finish because of the water thing.
I bet.
Like, one dude they shot up full of horse drugs or something to get him to, like, it's the craziest story, man. There's all kinds of crazy stuff. One dude, like, took a break, and he was leading, took a break, and, like, there was an apple orchard or something. He went and got ate an apple, and it was poison, and he almost died. Like, that was just the craziest thing. Look up the 1904 St. Louis Marathon, the Olympic Marathon. It's insane.
So there is some science behind the fruit packs.
Oh, those gels?
Yes.
Yeah.
What are those? Because you would think a sugar would spike your.
Well, I think it's sugar, but I think it's more sodium than anything.
Okay.
You know, because that's the problem.
You have to carry them, or do you have people handing them to you? Like, do you have people strategically place to hand them?
You got to carry them. Like when I would train, I would strategically place it like behind a tree, or I would go around. Like if I knew my route, I would set water, like water bottles, you know, in those packets. I don't know if they worked.
Think it's placebo?
Yeah, I don't know what the.
A lot of the runners do it though.
Yes.
Yeah, true.
And so, but I think a lot of it is sodium.
Okay.
You know, because
so you don't cramp.
Right, because you know when you're sweating, and when you stop sweating, that's when it becomes a problem, right?
Yeah.
And so yeah, I think it's packed with a lot of sodium. So and then you drink your water, and you got your sodium.
I always heard pickle juice makes you not cramp. Do you ever do that?
I when I drink,
Yeah.
I'm in the refrigerator right before I go to bed. Like,
Yeah.
that's old Pantera. That's old Pantera thing.
For real?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Pickle
that.
juice. Yeah.
Drink before you go to bed?
Drink pickle juice.
If I've been partaking.
Oh, okay. Not like a nightly ritual.
No.
Okay.
Training.
Yeah.
But when you're training,
Yeah.
you can't do that on a treadmill.
Sometimes.
Really?
Sometimes you kind of have to.
Yeah. So like weather, I guess.
Weather. Sometimes, like if there's because I'll run in the rain. I'll run if there's a little snow. But sometimes if it's just storming its ass off or something all day long, I'm not gonna dodge mud puddles all day. Because that's not gonna help me out.
And the reason I ask is that's a long time on a treadmill.
Well,
And
I
that-
won't.
that
I'm
can
not
be-
gonna run. I'm not gonna run 10 miles on a treadmill, but I'll run 2 or 3.
Do you have different routes outside where you like? This is my hill day, and so I'm going to take this route that has a bunch of hills.
No,
today, and-
it kind of depended on how far I had to run. A lot of times, if I had to run just a few miles, I would do it out in because I live in Terre de Lac. I would do it in Terre de Lac, which if you've ever been there, there's not a flat road.
No,
there.
there's not.
Oh, it's a good place to run, I
Right,
imagine. Yeah.
Right.
And you might not know this, Chuck. Talking about me being Moneybags, lives on a golf course. On a golf course. His backyard is like
Really?
hole 8.
9. Yeah.
9.
Number 9 tee box in the backyard, but
And that's a heck of a hill right there.
Yeah,
I don't know if you.
9.
I don't know if you guys know this.
This one goes straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know this or not. They shut the Valley course down.
What?
No way.
Let it grow up.
No.
Yep.
Oh,
So now when it snows, it's just a fun place to slide.
ooh, that would be
there
a
we
that
go.
would be a good one.
That
Good
would be a
sledding
good
hill.
place
It's a
to
good
slide.
sledding hill, but yeah, they let it grow up.
Oh, dude.
So now what everybody does, like if you live on the golf course, you kind of cut that portion of the golf course. So like I cut the tee boxes when I cut my grass. So I kinda,
Everybody's kind of in on it. That
right,
They all cut it.
Right, but there's most of the course, there's not a house on it.
Oh.
You know, you
Gotta
get
pick up
back in the
slack
woods,
on
you
that.
get back into like 2, 3, 4, 5. There's not any houses back there. So yeah, it's all grown up and
So do you ever run that then? Because it'd be a perfect little out in your backyard, hop on the trail and run some hills.
I have, yeah. Yeah, not now. But
Why not now?
it's all grown up. It looks like
Oh,
crap.
running. Why not
Yeah,
running now?
Oh, why not running?
Yeah, it's a
give
lot
up.
of past tense in this conversation.
Because it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Kind of gave up on running like you did Dave Matthews.
Talk about a fair weather. Jeez.
I
Been 6 years since you ran?
No. Since I ran a race. No, it's hard. Motivation just went out the window for some reason.
Dude, thank you. Thank you for saying that, because, man, I'm feeling that.
I don't know if it's
Is it low T?
I don't know if it's low T.
We got to get some of that T.
I hear
Where's that T at?
Well, if you listen to Sports Talk Radio, St. Louis ESPN, it's every other commercial.
Well, yeah, because it's guys like us.
Right.
Yeah, it's right. Terrible.
So I don't, maybe.
And so I used to, and I mean, maybe this is an excuse, but I had some injuries that affected some things. I used to love working out, and part of it was because afterwards I would feel like it would be like the best I felt all day after just killing myself in a workout. But the time that it takes to run, and especially if you're doing like long, slow distance, you can't get out there and sprint like, Chuck's going to on that marathon. So I always liked the CrossFit, like the cross training style of it, where some workouts were only 10 minutes, but it was super intense to where you actually felt like you were dying. I mean, there were times where we would do CrossFit workouts and I thought I was dying. I would collapse in the floor, and I can't do that anymore. I just can't put myself through that. And it sucks because the motivation is just because there's probably some things I could do. I do a little walking here and there, but man, I'm just not motivated like I used to be. So I think it's that low T. Mm-hmm. I got to find some of that tea somewhere.
I do too.
Joe Rogan's probably got a plant or something he's figured out something. Eat elk hanging upside down in a water cooler or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know if you find some of that, find some tea. Can you take it in pill form?
Mm-hmm.
I don't do needles very well.
Don't they make shots for that? Testosterone shots or something?
They definitely do.
Oh, gotcha.
They definitely do.
Okay.
There's probably some Mark McGwire stuff around here.
Oh, no, I didn't mean that.
Some Arnold.
There's a androtestosterone, whatever the hell that stuff is.
Let's talk about that.
Steroids?
1998.
Oh, dude.
Home run race.
Oh,
Is that what they call it? Home run race, right?
Yeah. One of the best times of my life. Following
Mark
man.
McGwire, Sammy Sosa.
I was playing softball back then, and they would stop the softball game and they'd have the radio on, stop the softball game. Oh, wait, McGwire's up, and the whole game would stop. We'd be around the radio.
And I tell you, the one of the best things about it is when McGwire broke the record. I love it because it's an easy date to remember. I like dates, and so it was 9/8/98.
Oh, I don't think I remember that.
I didn't know that either. When you said date, I was thinking about like the girl I was dating at the time.
Oh.
It's an easy date to remember.
Yeah.
9/8/98.
9/8/98 is when he broke the record.
Good for baseball, bad for baseball. A lot of people have very strong opinions one way or the other.
Depends on how old you are, I think. If you're,
I mean, because we were living through that time, and we were all baseball fans, and a lot of people were down because they just had a strike and they were trying to get baseball back. They're the ratings were down and whatever. So in the media and the broadcast side of it, it was great. It was great because it gave ESPN something to talk about. But I mean, St. Louis was still selling out Busch Stadium, so it wasn't like baseball didn't have that big a problem. But I think it was great because we still talk about it.
I'm a consumer.
30 years later, we're still talking about it.
I
think where you're going is where I'm at.
Baseball. If they want to if steroids make baseball better, great. If the dude making my Mountain Dew needs steroids to make my Mountain Dew better, great. I'm a consumer, man. Entertain me. I don't care.
Well, that's what it is sports for me and you guys too. I'm sure it's the ultimate entertainment. I sit in my recliner and say, "Oh, I could have did that." Right? Like it's entertainment. You're entertained by
original reality TV.
Yes.
Yep.
100%.
But baseball is different because it is so
numbers
and history and all doing tradition. It the right way and the ethics involved.
But every generation of baseball has had their, I guess, advantages. Like whenever Babe Ruth played, he didn't have to play against African American players. He only played against
against plumbers.
And a pitcher went all 9 innings. You got to see the same pitcher 4 or 5 at bats.
Well, and that
the same 8 teams or whatever.
And chances are the pitcher Babe Ruth saw earlier that day, he was putting his roof on his house.
That's probably true.
Probably walk to the stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like the Greenies era, and like everybody has their advantages, and
You know, and my thing is, okay, we're talking about the steroid area, and we usually only talk about 4 or 5 people. You know, we talk about McGwire,
Really?
the big names,
Yeah, yeah.
McGwire, Sosa,
Bonds.
Palmero,
Canseco.
Clemens.
Yeah.
We're talking 10 or fewer who come up in conversation, right? But they come out and say there's estimated that like 70% of major league players were using steroids. Well, if that's the case, why weren't they all great?
Yeah, yeah.
You want to know why?
Yeah.
Because it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baseball's hard.
Yeah.
And those guys were good before steroids, and they were good during steroids.
If you ever wonder what would happen if you was to take the greatest athlete at that sport, maybe ever, and then dope him up even more, that's Barry Bonds. Mm-hmm. He was the greatest.
Probably would have been
One of
the
the
greatest
greatest
without it.
Without it. And then you put him on that. Dude, his numbers, if you look at his numbers, they're ungodly. There's nobody that will ever come close to anything he was doing.
I think there's 3 things to consider when you talk about steroid use in baseball. One is it takes a long, deep pop fly and probably puts it in the stands.
Yeah.
Agreed? Mm-hmm. 2, the psychological aspect of it, I
There
think
you go.
can't be overstated, is that I got a little extra tea in me, and I'm a king, and I'm magic, and I'm the best to ever do it.
I don't think it's as much, like you say, I don't think it's as much of there's more pop on the ball when you hit it. Maybe there is, whatever. It's being able to stay healthier and
Yes.
mentally more fit than.
And that was my third, is that because a lot of UFC guys or MMA guys have been popped for steroids. Well, they don't want, unless they're heavyweights, they don't want to be super bulky, and
Right, yeah.
they need to be flexible and agile. But for injuries,
They need to
it
be
can be
healthy.
super helpful. So I think that's like the 3, not main, but 3 of at least considerations that you need to consider when you're having this conversation.
right.
You can kind of tell when McGwire started he hit 49 home runs his rookie year. And then, I mean, he kept hitting home runs, but he kept getting injured for a couple of years, for like the first 4 or 5 years of his career. And then started staying healthy. Started hitting 58 home runs and stuff a year. I mean, you can kind of tell it's not because of and with his swing, it's not as if he's taking like a Manny Ramirez power. His swing is compact. It's quick, compact. I mean, of course the muscles help, but I mean, it's not like it was him staying healthy was the thing.
Did you guys ever get to see him hit one?
Oh,
Oh yeah, a couple,
Dude.
yeah, a bunch of them.
My favorite was not even during the game. It was batting practice.
Oh God,
I remember, I've told the story 100 times. I remember going to batting practice and the fans counting how many in a row that he was hitting out.
yeah.
I mean, it was a spectacle. And these were bombs, too. These weren't just bleacher sheets. These were way, Big Mac land.
Yeah.
They were bombs.
And nothing beat, still get kind of goosebumps now, swear to God, when I think of him and his walk-up song.
Oh yeah,
Guns N' Roses.
yeah.
When Guns
Welcome
N-
to the Jungle.
When Welcome to the Jungle would hit, I mean, that place,
Ultimate walk-up song.
nuts. Nuts. Oh, it's great.
Him and who's the reliever? Trevor
Hoffman,
Hell's Bells.
Inner Sandman from Mariano Rivera. Dude, now
Sandman.
I watch. I'll go on YouTube and watch minute videos on closers' entrances now, dude. They're awesome.
Yeah.
The Edwin Diaz, the
Yeah.
Trump.
Yeah, that's different and cool.
It's awesome, dude.
Yours would be Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Certain song.
Boy, a walk-up song. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. That'd be tricky. I don't know. Maybe I'd probably just go generic. I'd probably go Ants Marching.
Yeah. The snare.
Yeah. The
We
snare.
just listened to it a little bit ago.
with the snare.
I heard it on Saturday. Well, I didn't, but I could have heard it on Saturday. You had to listen to it on Spotify in Carthage. Grandpa.
Carthage is a nice little town.
Okay.
Nice little town.
Okay. You know what's even better? Riverport with Dave.
Report with Dave.
No opener.
No.
Does he always go no opener?
No.
Oh,
He usually does. I noticed this tour he's not doing an opener. I don't know why.
Do you feel like he could have played more songs with no opener?
No. He's usually 20 songs, 21 songs. That's going to be about it.
Yeah, because they last a while too.
And if you notice, you're only going to have about 2 songs that are like jams. I noticed he played Lie in Our Graves, which is kind of a, it's a short song with a long jam in there. It's probably 12 or 13 minutes long. And then he'll play another one, 12 or 13 minutes long. And the rest of them are pretty compact. They stick to 4-minute songs. But
I thought every song was a jam with a Dave's concert.
Well,
that's what
all
you
a
led to
jam.
believe, I guess.
they are
all
jams.
a jam.
They're jams.
They're all hits.
I tell you, they are all hits.
If you look at that set list, off air, for those tuning in just now, off air said, yeah, I saw a heck of a set the other night. He said, you saw all the hits. I said, I didn't see many of the hits, though. He said, you saw all the hits.
All of them
How
were
many of them
hits.
were hits? So he played 21 songs. 21 of them were hits.
They're all
So your version of a hit and mine might be different.
they're all bangers, man. All of them.
Well, bangers is different from hits, though.
Every album is
Well,
a
they are.
greatest hits album with Dave.
Right.
Greatest hits volume, whatever.
Right. His greatest hits album is like 175 songs long.
Move over, George Strait.
I tell you what he's missing:
Hits.
the violin.
That dude die or something?
No, he
got booted.
He's not.
What?
He's not a.
He got booted.
Apparently, he's
2
not a
years
good
ago.
person.
Oh, really?
Well,
Oh,
he
no.
made- he just made some of the staff feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, been there.
Oh.
He didn't run through a park naked.
No,
Oh.
he didn't. He
He
didn't.
just
do
went through
anything-
catering naked.
He didn't do anything that like would get him arrested or anything. He.
These are of the opinions of Ben, and not me.
I don't know.
But yeah, he
anything
made
about
some of the staff behind the scenes feel uncomfortable, and so they kicked him to the curb.
You remember the guy with
it.
the dreads?
Dude, yeah, dread looking. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
missing,
no
missing the
violin. Yeah,
Missing the violin.
yeah.
Didn't replace him, huh?
So no, he played a show last year, I think, at the Hollywood Bowl in California, and they had a guest violin come on, and I think she played like Trippin' Billies with him. And
Really? Any pushback from the people about that?
I don't think so.
So in Dave's world, he can be fired, but he can't be canceled. This guy, what's his name?
Boyd Tinsley. So no, he didn't guest. Like he didn't come on stage and
Oh,
It's some
they
girl.
had some gal from
Oh.
like some orchestra came and
sorry, I missed
was the
that. I
guest. Yeah,
tuned
sorry,
out like I
I
always do.
wasn't too may not have been too clear. Yeah, I missed the violin.
Ants marching your walk up. That would be kind of cool because that snare
It
at the
hits
beat,
hard.
it's
It
like
hits-
that's your theme song. Anytime you're here,
It is like I said when I got married to my wife. That's what
Yeah.
me and my groomsmen we walked out to.
Chuck, walk up.
Walk up.
You need me to go?
Man, yeah, you go real quick.
Mine's got to be Slayer. Man, I'm a metalhead. You guys know this about me. I like all kinds of music, but I'm a metalhead at heart. I just do not understand, specifically these MMA guys coming out to like R&B songs and like dancing their way out. Like, why would you not at the very least want like Metallica or Pantera or something?
Yeah.
So for me, it's Slayer, South of Heaven, or Raining Blood, probably South of Heaven, but that's my walk up.
Okay, how about oh my God, what's the Twan's got the tattoo. Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank right now.
Twan's got the Hatebreed,
No, like his favorite band.
Soulfly,
No.
Sepultura.
No, I'm just drawing a blank. 'Cause I'm trying
Machine
to
Head?
remember. Machine Head. That song, the Red.
The album's Red.
Jesus Lord, you'd think I'd look this
The
up.
Burning Red.
I heard Machine Head by Bush on the radio the other day,
Man, I love 90s alternative.
and Sirius XM.
Yes.
Lithium.
Yes. That's my go-to.
That's what we listened to. We listened to Channel 30 is Dave Matthews Radio, Channel
Yeah.
30, if you ever want to check it out. And then Lithium, I think, is 34.
I told you guys off air at the Dave Matthews show that I was at that you weren't at, Carthage. They did Full in the Rain cover by Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, I've heard
And
it.
it was so good.
Desire to Fire.
Desire to
Metalhead.
Fire.
Desire to Fire. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
Maybe the album after that or 2 albums after that, Bulldozer. Do you know that song? Mm-hmm. It has a cool intro too. Ants Marching, Desire to Fire, Slayer.
There we go.
South of Heaven. That's our walk up. We're running a little long here. We'll wrap this up. 4th of July is coming up. We're actually going to have a special 4th of July episode on here because I was out last week. But the Return of the King, Joey Chestnut.
Yeah.
Nathan's, what's the actual official title?
Nathan's hot dog.
Nathan's hot dog eating contest.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty.
Yeah.
It is. The branding.
It's there.
Yeah.
It's there.
Love the event. Love to watch it, but also it's disgusting.
It's so disgusting.
It's
I
so
can't watch
disgusting.
it. I love watching the intros, because it's like wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way they come out now.
Yeah, he's like an original like carnival barker. Like he's even have the carnival kind of hat on, right?
Yeah. But I can't watch it, man. When
Dude,
they
at the
when
end-
they dip the buns in the water and then eat them, and I'm like, that.
You don't watch it?
No.
Oh, I have to.
I can't.
I get disgusted, but I have
Can't.
to. I love it. It's like it's like a family thing that we do.
Dude, at the end where they just look all beat up and they got the water and the crumbs and nasty shit falling off their face, they're like, it's just insane. It's an
That's
insane
actually-
picture.
It's like being too full is one of the worst feelings ever.
Yeah.
Like it's worse than
Imagine.
like what's a bad feeling? Like being ultra tired, I guess maybe, or
Being really full.
being really full is just like
awful.
miserable.
Have you guys ever done an eating contest?
No.
No.
Okay.
I can't eat all that.
That's the thing is like I'm a
Yeah,
big
I
guy
don't eat
too.
all
Like I don't actually eat that much.
Yeah, me
it's probably
neither.
maybe the stuff I'm eating, but
Right.
I don't like to eat that much.
In Illinois, it's in September sometimes, right across the river. Is it Fairview Heights?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have the Midwest Wing Fest.
Ooh.
Okay, we've been there a couple times. It's kind of neat. They've got, I don't know, I'll say 50 different like vendors there, and you go around. You can just buy one wing. I'm going to try your wing, and you can buy.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
that's
Like a
cool.
sample kind of thing. Yeah, that's
So it's
cool.
kinda, and it's usually like $2 a wing or something.
Seems pricey.
That's
It
a
is
little bit
pricey.
right there.
It is
That turned me
pricey,
off to it.
but you, like I said, you're going around to each booth, and you get to eat. Well, they had a wing eating contest, and I told my wife, I said, "Hey, I think I might get in this."
Oh,
And she goes, "Go for it." I'm like, "Yeah, I think I will."
Do you do the one wing, like break it and
So I signed up for it. Okay, and there's, I'll say, 10 of us up there, and they give you this big mound of wings. First of all, the wings were nasty.
ooh,
They were nasty.
gosh.
So I get up there and I'm like, all right.
what sauce is on an all you can eat?
It was
Regular buffalo.
it was a very poor. I think it was a Hooters. They were sponsoring it, so I guess they were
Okay,
Hooters
gotcha.
wings, but the sauce you could barely taste. And so I get up there and I'm eating I get like 4 wings in, and I'm like full because you eat them so fast.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, God, it's like I'm only 4 wings, and I've got like 50 to go.
And you're full
And I'm
already.
full, and so then I'm just up there chilling.
Just knew you wouldn't win.
I knew I wasn't gonna win because there's
4 in. You knew
there's barbarians by me
You
just,
drinking milk. That's like a Homer episode or a Simpson episode where
and it was
he's supposed to be eating the steak and he's like buttering the bread. Like Homer, the steak.
and I end up eating like, I don't know, maybe 8 wings in like 5 minutes, and
you got some free wings, man.
yeah, and I get off the stage. My wife goes, "You're really bad at eating contests," and I said, "Well, I didn't."
Dude, the funny.
But
There's
it was hard.
There's an eating
hard.
contest.
What's the one?
There's an eating contest in St. Louis. Pointer's Pizza. I told you this before, but there's Pointer's Pizza. I don't even know if it's there anymore. But you get it's a weird number. Like it might have been like $500 check or something if you could finish this pizza. And there's pictures on the website of people that have finished it. And the one picture is of Joey Chestnut, yeah, and the dude handing the pizza is just like he's all pissed
Man,
off.
that's pretty lame.
Yeah, I mean, when he walks in the door, you're like, come on, dude. You're going to make me pay you $500? I know you can eat 6 of these pizzas.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's so mad giving him that check.
Man, I don't think I would ever do that, especially a food that I like, because it would almost like ruin it for you.
Yeah.
It's like getting too drunk on tequila and you never want to see it or taste it again, or like, did you guys ever work at restaurants like as a teenager or anything?
You don't want to do it again?
Or you don't want to eat there because you eat it so much?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially wings. How do they even, because it's so hard to determine like when a wing is actually done.
I think they had like judges, by, and they, like, I remember with the guy who won, I remember judges coming over, like, inspecting some of the wings. And
Dude, if you would have took that competition appetite you thought you had to Buffalo Wild Wings, you'd have had to get a box to carry home the rest of it.
yeah.
Like, you
What
couldn't
was
even
the winning
ate
number? Did I miss
8.
that?
Oh,
No, what was the winning number?
I don't remember. I mean, it was
40?
It was a bunch. I don't know if it was 40, but it was a bunch.
It was a lot more than 8.
It was a bunch. Oh, well, I'm pretty sure I got one.
Jet, were you there?
I've got a picture of him. He may have been 2. He was
Pretty young then. You don't remember. So we need to do this again.
Yeah. They train you.
Did it cost to enter the competition?
Did you get a T-shirt or anything for getting
I
there?
don't think I got shit.
Man, I think you did it right.
You just got free
Yeah,
wings.
you're sitting up there. Everybody else is up there like a mess. Like,
Yeah, I just chilling. But they were bad. It's almost like they were boiled. Like the wings, they were mushy.
no.
Like they were mushy.
Oh, so they made
the
like certain competition wings?
like the skin was real.
rubbery.
no.
It wasn't.
Slimy. Or
Yeah, it
No,
wasn't.
no. I'm not eating that shit.
Yeah, it was bad.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to be turned off by that
Yeah.
food.
I mean, it didn't turn me off from. I still.
Well, you
smelled
had
it.
8, so you just had a meal.
Right,
I know, but afterwards, I'm saying like to this day, I still eat chicken wings.
Because
Like,
you
they
had
were
8.
nasty.
You didn't have 30, and it like ruined your life.
Did you have dessert on the way home from your eating competition?
I'm still a little hungry.
I'm sure we stopped and ate on the way home.
I do like that idea of like you can sort of get samples from each one. I just don't
Yeah.
like it being $2.
I say $2. It may not have been. It probably is now, but
Is this coming up this summer?
it's every year. Like I said, it's in September
Oh, okay.
every year. It's pretty cool. It's in there was a mall, and it's like in the
Yeah, I know what you're talking
it's
about.
like in the parking lot behind like a Dillard's or something. They close off the parking lot, and yeah, it's packed. And they always have bands there and stuff. It's usually a pretty good time.
Do you have you ever ate at the Lottawatta Creek, pretty close to there in Fairview Heights?
I have not.
That's good.
Are you familiar with it?
I'm familiar with like commercials and billboards and stuff.
The serving sizes.
I've
You
heard-
would.
I've heard they were huge.
It's
you
the
put-
biggest menu I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, they offer a lot.
Yeah.
How do you offer that much?
I don't know. And so all those.
Well,
all the
you can offer that
biggest
much because
portions.
none of it's fresh. It's all frozen.
Don't ruin this for me, Ben.
Yeah, Ben, come on. Stay with us here.
Come on, I didn't tell you anything.
Just because
didn't
you
already
ruin
know.
wings for yourself, don't ruin Lottawatta Creek for us.
Yeah,
I don't know. Every time I ate there, I walked away. It's like, that was delicious.
Yeah.
Never hungry.
I've never been. I heard it's good though.
The serving sizes, they'll make you laugh. Like when they bring out your food and it's like a chicken sandwich and it's like this big, you'll start laughing. Like
Yeah.
it's 3 meals.
I got nachos and it looked like one of them volcanoes that like the eighth grade kids make with it smoking at the top. Like it was huge. And it bubbled over like that.
Yeah. Oh, Lottawatta Creek. If you haven't, you should. And because I think it's not just the serving size. It's like maybe it is frozen. I don't know, but they do a good job of it. The actual taste and the flavor is so good. And like you said, there's so many options. I don't know how you do all that because you hear about some of these, like Raising Cane's, they only have that one menu and that's it.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot to be said about just keeping things simple and being able to be really good at that. But I'm a man that likes options. I can eat, Mexican barbecue. It doesn't matter, and I kind of want it all. That's why I like platter, like samplers are great for me because I don't always just want one thing. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense.
If they can microwave a good bag of food over there at Lottawatta Creek, that's all. The best they do it. Keep doing it.
Joey Chestnut. Did you guys ever see that documentary of Joey versus
Kabayush.
Kobayashi.
Kobayashi? Did you ever see that documentary there? You know that they were rivals, like
Yeah.
McGwire and Sosa, right?
Right.
Well, so this is the return. So we're going to see if Joey can. do it.
Kobayashi's there again? Still?
Yes,
Oh, I thought he retired a long time ago.
I think so.
That dude's like 5'2", 150 pounds, it looks like.
Yeah, none of those competitive eating guys are big guys.
No, not the good one, no. Like the ones that we know throughout history, the big ones, no.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You'll have like the dude up there named like pork chop or something, and,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
gets last
He's got a
place.
mohawk and
Yeah.
a couple
Yeah.
ex-wives and
You're like, oh, that dude's
Charges.
gonna kill it, and he winds up ducking out after 8 wings.
Had a pack of Winstons in his shirt.
This is the Barn Radio Show. Thanks for tuning in. Tippy, we miss you. We'll catch you next time. And tune in. And guys, any parting words?
We're not gonna talk about Iran and Israel or nothing.
I don't know much about it
Just kidding.
other than it's not good.
It's not good.
You voted for Trump, didn't you?
Huh?
You voted for Trump?
Are we going to talk about who we voted for now?
Yeah. How much money you got in your bank account?
Yeah. What do you feel? How do you feel about abortion? What religion do you like most?
Not to put you on the spot here, but what's your social security number?
Right.
This is the Barn Radio Show. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for tuning in.
See ya.